We're going to go to the countdown.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the
While I get
trading
set
bell.
up.
My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making...
I'm just coming on. What the hell? I think I'm all set up. Who knows? I did just FYI. I finally got a response from Seeking Alpha. There is a problem with Safari. They admit it. There is an issue. They're blaming Apple. So, probably not Apple. They're blaming Apple. Just FYI, they're blaming Apple. But, oh boy. I got to get set up for 2025. Okay, this is QQQ. We're pulling it back to September where we had a buy because that was, I mean, effing penny. Morning Scott, morning Hunter. Look, the reality is I think 2025, you see 2024 kind of ended with that. That's a good thing. So we'll go over that. MicroStrategy is up, what, 4%? So MSTX is up like 12%. Still weak. Still not a buy in the algorithm. IBIT up 3% in pre-market at 55. Probably going to be a buy in the next couple of days. So get your shit ready. Today should be a very, very good day in the market. Just so everybody's aware, a very, very good day in the market. I think people are back from vacation. The Hamptons have emptied out. Morning, Alex. Morning, William. Yeah, time to hit the thumbs up. William's right. Douchebags. There's 10 people in here. 7 thumbs up. I thank you, but thumbs up. Come on. Thumbs up. I don't even think let me see. How many reviews do I have in Spotfiy? I better have 5-star reviews from everybody, but let's see. We're going to go to daily stock picks. I'm at 675, average of 4.8. So there are douchebags that rated me a 1. So go over to Spotfiy and rate me a 5. Okay, let's do some scans. First thing I have to check is we've got the holiday. It was extended. Just FYI, the sale was extended for Trendspider, and if you're not getting it, I have no idea why. We're going to go over the top 10 things that they launched in 2024 for traders, and they have huge plans for 2025. They haven't alerted me to what exactly it is because I'm not a product guy with them. I'm an affiliate. But again, think about your budget. Think about what you want to spend. Think about how much you're trading. Trendspider is just one of those tools. Then you've got Seeking Alpha Premium and Alpha Picks. Alpha Picks is just killer. I mean, Alpha Picks is just so good. So good. But we'll go over all of that. We're going to go with our scanner first. And it's funny because one of the top 10 things that they launched, that Trendspider launched last year, was scheduled scans. And I could do scheduled scans. So essentially, I could set up this scanner to email me every morning and scan every watch list that I do manually. And it will say, ooh, you know what? Here's the stocks that you should be looking at today. I do that with my the scans on the newsletter, but it's already dated. So if you have Trendspider, you could literally do this on your own. Morning, Jacob. That's the crazy part, is what I don't get. And I get that some people just don't want to spend. I was one of those guys. For years, I didn't spend on tools. And let's see. I have doubled I retired January 2020. So we're going on 5 years now. We're entering our 5th year of retirement. I have doubled my portfolio, not my net worth. I have doubled my portfolio. I probably have significantly doubled. I mean, it's like 60, 70% entering, that's 4 years. So, and I attribute it to Trendspider and Seeking Alpha. Now, does past performance guarantee future earnings? No. But I have enough people who have emailed me and said thank you over the past 3 years that I've done this podcast, 4 years that I've done the podcast, and said thank you. Ooh, look at this. Okay. Low cost ETFs. RSP, which is the equal weighted S&P. I mean, look, that might be turning around. That's a pretty damn good chart, if you ask me. If you're in the camp, and again, this is if you're in the camp. I'm not in this camp, but you could be in the camp. If you're in the camp that the 493 stocks are going to greatly outperform the top 7, this is the ETF to get instead of VOO. This is the ETF to get instead of RSP is the ETF to get instead of VOO. And we can, here, we'll just go RSP. Let's hope that Seeking Alpha actually works. There we go. So it's not crashing just yet. By the way, just so you're aware, I do think that it's the pop-ups that are effing up Seeking Alpha, and they just don't want to admit it, but that's my thing. We're going to select metrics, and we're going to go from performance. We're going to go total return because these do include dividends. So we're going to do total return. And you look at VOO last year where they were saying, hey, it's got to expand out. Look at VOO. No, it doesn't. No, it does. It does not. You look at 3 years. Look at VOO, 29 versus 13%. You look at 5 years. And again, remember, during entering the 5 years, VOO is up 96%. You've gained 96%. I have greatly beaten that over 5 years. Because all I have to do is type in Apple, one of the Mag 7, and look at the 5 year. Look at where Apple is over 5 years. Okay? Don't at me. Morning, Troy. Don't at me. Because if you had my portfolio of 60, 70% Apple, depending on what the rest of the market's doing, you did really well. It's my savings account. I sold thousands of shares in back in December, and I outlined that strategy. So don't tell me I don't give you guys stuff for free. Come on. And I will tell you, I got several people, hey, I'm down my luck. If you want the newsletter for free, email me. email me. I'll give you a free 7-day trial. If you can't get the free 7-day trial, I give it to you. It's free anyway during the week, so I don't know why it's if you want the paid one for free. There's a lot in the paid one that I think is beneficial. In fact, I've been writing the paid newsletter. Let's see. It is 7 ways to organize yourself for success in 2025 and 10 ways ChatGPT says you can succeed as an investor. That will be probably tomorrow. I'm still debating about Monday through Friday on YouTube. It might be Monday through Thursday, and Friday may be the paid newsletter day and the paid podcast day. So, but TBD. Okay. And if you're wondering, I got my girlfriend a bread machine for Christmas, and your boy has gained. I've been back. Let's see. I got back to Atlanta Friday last week, so it hasn't even been 7 days. I'm up 6 pounds because I got a bread machine. Morning, AJ. Morning, Troy. Happy New Year to all. 2025 will be a good thing. If you want volatility, one thing I can tell you from the first Trump presidency, we're going to have volatility. You're going to have a chance to actually trade. You will have an absolute chance to trade. Whether the market goes up or down, we'll go over all of that. You will have an absolute chance to trade in this market. And I was on Spaces on Tuesday, and I said, hey, this is a gift. Start buying, because the second Wall Street gets back from vacation, you're going to see this shit start flying again. They're going to rebalance their portfolio. I mean, what did I say? Apple is down 0.28. The NASDAQ is 1%, and Apple is at 249. I may be a genius, but I'm not quite sure if I'm a genius or not. I probably am. Yeah, Troy knows. So just so everybody is aware, I was I think at that point, Troy, I was about 200 and I was just over 200 pounds. And I sat in bed playing Halo. It was May 1st, 2011. I sat in bed playing Halo on Xbox with a bunch of friends, and it was all morning. I mean, we're talking, a nice 6-hour stretch of playing Xbox, and I ate an entire one of those big party-sized bag of peanut M&Ms with a gallon of Red Label fat milk, and that was my breakfast. And I ate it while I was playing freaking Halo. I was that kid, and I got up and I decided, okay, I'm gonna run. And I lived on a golf course, and I couldn't get from my house to the clubhouse, which was maybe a quarter of a mile running, where my knee gave out. And so from that day forward, I ran and I went raw vegan for 90 days. I think I went down to, at my low, 145 pounds within like 6 months or something. And I just ran. And so I lost a bunch of weight. So I can do it. It's just a matter of getting the motivation to do it again. So, okay, here's what we're going to go over. Crypto-linked stocks popping as it begins. If you want a meme stock, Unity turns out to be maybe a meme stock. It's soaring up 15%. Roaring kitty again. There's a chance, and I will tell you a chance, that SMCI may be this could be one of the big winners of 2025, the first half of 2025. Another big winner could potentially be, see those pop-ups? That's what the issue is. Peloton. We're going to talk about Peloton and how you could, just view the quant rating and the stock performance. We're going to look at that. Norwegian and Uber. Goldman Sachs says Norwegian and Uber are buys. Microsoft and Salesforce and Oracle among Evercore's top 2025 software licks. I thought this was interesting because there's also talk in this one about Snowflake. So Snowflake being a top, I'm hearing a lot of people on Twitter and in the scheme of things saying that, hey, Snowflake, don't put them to sleep. Google's just killing it on AI, absolutely killing it. And I, in my personal opinion, as a novice at AI, I use it all the time. LNG. This is Cheniere Energy. If you guys remember Cheniere, and if you're an OG, way back in 2022, we were trading Cheniere Energy during that time, and it would pop to 160. The stock is trading at 214 right now, and it's got a crazy good, history, and it's natural gas. So, also, Steve Kress is doing his. Do I have to log out to see this? Oh, okay, sign out, and then we'll sign back in. Okay. Then we're going to sign back in. So we can see that. That's the only thing is when you're signed in, it's not great. But top stocks, he's going to have his year-end thing. I probably should have just done this, but oh well. I guess I don't need that. Hey, you know what? We'll just put the link in here. I'll get rid of this. I don't need that Twitter link. This is a no-brainer portfolio. I mean, the top 7 investments combined make a foolproof portfolio. I mean, that's if you just want a decent portfolio. I don't know what the return is, but you could probably put this into Trendspider and just do that. S&P targets. The S&P delivers first back-to-back annual gains of more than 20% since 1998. I was 28 years old then. I also did investing, and I did very well until 2 years later. You pretty much lost everything. Now, Berkshire, in case anybody's like worried about Warren Buffett losing $2 billion in Oxy, he beat the S&P again. Just so you know. Yeah. S&P targets, we'll talk about those because these are the S&P targets for the end of the year, just so you're aware. Those are significantly higher than where we are today. This particular podcast was an amazing episode. This is My First Millions, one of my favorite podcasts. I don't listen to them as much anymore, but I will start to do it in the new year because I did this particular episode was amazing, and it's a year-end review. So I really like that one. I bought more NVIDIA, and we'll go over that. And this particular video from
Hello, traders. Here at Trendspider, we worked hard.
Let's see.
2024 to bring game-changing analysis. Jump into
this was amazing.
Market breadth.
I guess we'll. Okay. We'll just go back a little bit. There we go. The top 10 features of Trendspider. And in 2024, Americans spent an average 76 days on their phone. So just so you're aware. We're going to start out. Okay, so I'm going to hit record now. It's 8:54. Happy New Year, Mark and Troy. We've all been there. No time like today. Yeah, and Troy, I'll get back down to my fighting weight. I weighed in this morning at 180 pounds. My fighting weight is 165. But I also had, just to put this in perspective, my girlfriend made bread yesterday, and it was, I think, traditional white bread. It was a French bread. So it had some butter in it. It had some stuff, but it wasn't like, the super soaked like dinner roll bread that we actually had this morning. But the bread that we had yesterday was, we decided French toast. It was so soppy Like the bread soaked up so much. I used 8 eggs, and we had 4 pieces of French toast. And I think I ate 2.5. But we finished it. It used 8 eggs, almond milk, and just some cinnamon and some syrup. And it soaked up so much. My guess is that between the two of us, we ate about 5,000 calories in that meal. So, no, I don't do any of that stuff. And Jacob, one of the things that I need to do, I need to join a gym. I do yoga probably 3 times a week now. It's probably going to move to 6 to 7 times a week. I go hiking a lot, but I do need to lift weights a lot more. In seeing my dad go through what he went through and kind of the making sure that you have weight or muscle later in life, it's going to be interesting to see, how I deal with that. I just noticed that, by the way, there are several. Well, I won't say it. We won't go into that rant. Okay. You know what? I'm going to put you on a countdown. I'm going to be right back. I need to just grab some water. I'll put you on a countdown.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes.
I'm back. Let me just make sure my camera is working. AI tracking. There we go. Okay. Oh, AJ, that would have been awesome. I will be in touch with you next time I'm in New Jersey. Just so you know, I'm bendy like a penguin. You know how penguins, like, with their little wings, they can't bend? That's me in yoga class. You put me into a happy baby pose, and I'm like a seal that is flopping back to the beach. So, yeah, I'm bendy like a penguin. Okay, let's do this. But AJ, I may take you up on that one. Seriously, I love it. I actually, just so you know, I'm so cheap. I don't pay anything. It's an app called PTON, and they have yoga classes. And we've discovered this guy, Peter, who is just I mean, if you've ever been around yoga people, they're very positive people, and it's just a great thing to be around. And I really like that. And Peter is just this guy who's smiling the whole time. In fact, I think he's got a live class at 8 o'clock tonight that we're going to take on PTON. I don't think it's live. I think it's recorded, and it's just, hey, it's coming up at 8 o'clock and you can take it. And there's a bunch of people on there. And we clear out the family room from all the dog beds, and and we put it on Apple TV, and the dogs wind up coming in and licking your face, and it's just a fun time. So yes, yoga is gonna get in there. Okay, let me hit record and let me start rather than talk about yoga and stuff. Good morning. It is Thursday, January 2nd. It is 2025. Your boy's starting out 2025 heavier than he has been in a few years. So, yeah, I got to go on a little weight loss. But we're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about the top 10 Trendspider things that they launched in 2024, which I think was great. I bought a stock on Tuesday. I bought a lot of it. I figured it's a top stock pick from Bank of America. We'll go over that one. One of my favorite episodes of the year of a podcast that I really love, and it taught me a lot, and it gave me a lot to think about. So I'm going to put that one in. Berkshire, if you didn't know it, they had an amazing year. We'll kind of review that. We'll go over some S&P targets. We'll go over the top stocks 2025. Google is one that's killing it. There's a lot of chatter about Snowflake. Goldman Sachs called 2 stocks their top picks. We'll go over one stock, and I'll show you how the quant just absolutely, the Seeking Alpha quant nailed this one. Nailed it. A couple of ones that might be possible in the new year. Maybe they're good. Crypto and Bitcoin, and then the scans. We'll go over all of that stuff. Where are we with the Qs? Well, the year ended not great. I mean, you went from 530 on the NASDAQ down to 511. I mean, that's still well above the 500. And if you take this, and for everybody who's complaining about the end and the last 2 weeks, look at a weekly chart. It was bound to pull back a little. You're not even at your 50-day on the weekly. You're not even at your 21-day on the weekly. Technically speaking, we should have a much larger pullback. We should. Is it likely? Yeah. Is it going to be in January? I don't know. Nobody knows. The reality of the situation is you're in a bull market until you're not. So here, back in 2021 and 2022, 2021 started off great. And we just kept going until March. And then you saw a nice little pop, and everybody got it, oh, this is the end. This was the nice pullback that we needed. Nope. We continued down. What did you do during this? If you sold and you didn't get back in, maybe it just felt nervous to get back in. Maybe you got back in when the 50-day touched the 200, but you missed out on this whole thing from 269 to 325. So time in the market beats timing the market. And I will tell you, from a weekly standpoint, look at the volume trending down. We should start trending up because everybody's back from vacation. Your RSI is at 57. That's no man's land. At 57, the last time this one hit 57, the Qs were at 450. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we're automatically going to go down. Yes, the oscillator's up at 16 points above the zero line, but on the MACD. But it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you can't continue up. And on the 4-hour, if you're trading on the 4-hour, the algorithm has you out. Now, mind you, the 4-hour makes you 81% over 24 months. That's great. You win 65% of the time. So you could trade on the 4-hour. An 81% gain over 2 years, that is fantastic. But if you buy and hold, you made 94%. So just saying, if you want to trade for safety purposes, then I think everybody has a different risk tolerance. So what did 2024 consume for you? In the year 2024, Americans spent on average 76 days on their phone. 76 days. That's not Hey, it's 76 days I picked up my phone. That's 76 24-hour periods that you spent on your phones. Douchebags, get out and do something a little bit more. I mean, honestly, if you're one of those people, just get out and do a little bit more. Maybe one of those things is Trendspider, because Trendspider just put out the top 10 features of 2024. Okay, these are 10 features that they released during 2024. Okay, this isn't something that, oh my God, we're going to charge our customers for. These are things that they included in your subscription if you subscribe to Trendspider. Number 10, market breadth and custom symbols. Jason goes over all of these. It's a 5-minute video. Okay, number 9, congressional trades. Number 8, dashboards. You just changed the game with dashboards. Scheduled scanning. Every morning on YouTube, I go through scans. I don't need to do that. The reason I do that is because there's an audience. But if it were just me, I would have all of these scans emailed to me every morning so that I wake up at 5:30 in the morning and I know exactly what's bullish on the 4-hour algorithm. Now, if you don't have Trendspider, you can absolutely get that every day. It comes out in the newsletter, and the newsletter is 100% free. But again, email all those scanners. If you're setting yourself up, the weekend's newsletter is going to be titled 7 Ways to Organize Yourself for Success in 2025 and 10 Ways ChatGPT Says You Can Succeed as an Investor. So those things are all, again, setting yourself up, saving time. This is what Trendspider's about. Number 6, custom indicator scripting. You could build your own indicator. They built a bunch of them. And they give them to you for free. Market and bubble maps. You know how we go on to FinViz and we look at the heat map? You can get this for your own portfolio. You can set it up for your watch list. You can set it up for a lot of things. Relative performance. This is an indicator that is going to live on my charts in 2025. I need to set it up. I need to start being able to use it, but it is an indicator that they launched that is amazing. Go and find out more about it. Strategy Variance Explorer. Say you don't like the 4-hour algorithm because it responds too slow for you. We'll see how the strategy works on 5 minutes. It's literally, I wish this lived, because when we were building that algorithm, the 4-hour algorithm, my buddy and Steve and I, the problem was we didn't know what time frame to look at. So we looked at 4-hour and we said, ooh, this works. And then we had to build it around 4 hours. It would have been incredibly easier to actually build this thing with the Strategy Variance Explorer. It's a game-changing tool. Another game-changing tool, fundamental data. So I love seeking alpha for fundamental data. You can work fundamental data into your charts and into your scans. Say you want to look for stocks in Trendspider that are trading below their 200-day and have a price to earnings of less than 15. You can do that, okay? And you can display it on the charts so that you can quickly scroll through it. Do I use it? No. Is it there for me to use? Yes. Is it something that you should learn to use? Probably. And the number one tool is AI Strategy Lab. If you don't know what AI Strategy Lab, go and just look at Trendspider's YouTube channel. I continue to state that I think somebody, because this is just pointing and clicking, and it comes up with a strategy for you. I continue to think that somebody is going to use the AI Strategy Lab and become very wealthy from a strategy in Trendspider over this year. I continue to think that that's the case. Now, you might say, well, how do I get Trendspider? Well, look down below, because there's an address right below my head, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. It takes you to this page. Click on that top link. That top link takes you to the Trendspider page. They have just extended the offer. All of those things, plus so much more. You get my 4-hour algorithm. You get the 65-minute algorithm. You get so much more. And it's, again, you're saving 65%. On this advanced tier. I would move you, you can figure out which tier makes sense for you. I would steer you away from the standard tier during this time period, because the enhanced tier is it's $5 more for the year. And what does the enhanced tier get you? It gets you the 30 simultaneous trading bots. Okay, it gets you 100 simultaneous alerts. It gets you 10 active windows. It gets you 1 user. It gets you real-time data. It gets you a free one-on-one training session with a product expert from Trendspider. They will teach you how to use the tool, okay? If you don't think, and by the way, Enhanced comes with AI Strategy Lab, the standard does not. And that's just because of cost. And for $5 more, get the Enhanced, because the AI Strategy Lab is worth it for the year. Now, Advanced, this is the selling point on this one. You get so much more with Advanced. Instead of 100 alerts, you get 400. But the key point in this Advanced tier is right here. It says unlimited one-on-one training. So rather than just one-on-one training, you can do the entire year. Think of it this way. If you're going to pay $78 a month, take 2 courses per month, okay? $35, what is that? $37, $38 a month? Per session. I'm sorry, $38. And you get the tool for free. Name another training platform, a course where you can take it for $38 per session and you get a tool for free for the year. So again, that Advanced tier, it's worth it. Go and watch this video. That's the best one. And if you want to, again, the congressional trades, if you just want to follow Nancy Pelosi, who is the greatest investor of all time, you can do it on Trendspider. You don't have to pay separately. I bought a stock on Tuesday. I bought NVIDIA. NVIDIA rises. Bank of America keeps top pick rating on chip giant ahead of CES. Couple of reasons. I put it in the chat in the newsletter. Okay, if you go over to the chat section, you can read why I did it. I'm not going to say why I did it here. Just know, in my mind, this is just a stock that I think it should be in your portfolio. I added to it. What's my price target on it? I don't know. I just know that below 140, I want to start adding to it. I added on weakness. I'm not trading this on the 4-hour algorithm. You could, because over 24 months, you make 611%. Okay? 611%. Say you put $1,000 into NVIDIA 24 months ago and you traded the 19 positions that the 4-hour algorithm told you. That $1,000 is now worth $6,111. So it's amazing. Again, the 4-hour algorithm, it comes when you sign up for Trendspider. All you have to do is email me. Just email me your confirmation page and boom, I get you set up under my affiliate. You click and you import it. But I did buy NVIDIA and I'm not buying it on the algorithm. I am using that 140 price point because when we look at a weekly chart, we just went over the weekly chart on QQQ. Look at the weekly chart on NVIDIA. I think it's setting up right there at 140. Now, do I know if it's going to go up to 160 or back down to this support level of 93? I don't. But when I drag this volume weighted price and I go back to the last time where it was at 93, you can see how many people are down here at 85 and 86. They have a ton, but we're setting up a volume at 129. And do I care if I buy a bunch of stock at 135 if it dips down to 120? Not if my time horizon is 3 to 5 years. I'm not timing it that well. I just can't. I'm not that good of an investor. I'm not. I mean, full disclosure, I'm not. I just want to be in the game. And I think NVIDIA is one of those. Jensen Huang is the keynote speaker at CES. I mean, mic drop. Do I need to say anything more? So NVIDIA, again, Bank of America keeps his top pick. Now, one of the great episodes, I've been out walking, I'm trying to work my way back up to running, but I was out walking I guess it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure. I did a couple of walks, 10, 11 miles, I think, over the time. But 2024 Millie Awards from My First Millions, okay? These guys went through a great list of things. Best investment of the year, worst investments of the year. In fact, it was funny because they likened the best investor to David Puddy in Seinfeld. If you like Seinfeld, then listen to that portion of the thing. I thought it was great. Biggest personal loss of the year, coolest moment of the year, life hack of the year, Billy of the year. That's the top billionaire of the year. And just disclosure, I think they picked Mark Zuckerberg. Frame breaking person, favorite guest, best product, biggest change for the year. I think this was a great episode. Just From a personal standpoint, this made me think about 2025. I thought it was fantastic. Again, Nick Gray is one of their favorite people. Inverse Galloway Index, do what the best story. Again, I think this was just a great episode, so I'm just bringing you that one. Now, let's talk about next year, because these are the S&P targets for this year. Okay, where are we on the S&P? Well, you can track it by SPY. SPY, remember, SPY tracks the S&P very well. It's just you add 0 to the end. So the S&P right now is at 5860, I guess. That's where SPY is. 586 is where SPY is. So you can track that. Where do they think that we're going to end up? Well, UBS says 6,400. That's up from 586. JP Morgan says 6,500. Morgan Stanley says 6,500. Look, it goes all the way up to 7,100. Here's the chart from Bloomberg. These are all the targets. The lowest is 4,450 from BCA Research. This dude is going to lose his job. I mean, just FYI, that there's no freaking way. Earnings per share, $240. There's no freaking way. No freaking way. Average, 6,534. Where are we right now on SPY? 586. I mean, mic drop. Do you want to be in this market? I think you want to be in this market. Seeking Alpha Sentiment, what's the price target for the S&P in 2025? They did their listeners. So these are the listeners. I really, really think that this is going to be a good year. So just be aware. There are some bumps in the road. We'll go over them. And if you think that Warren Buffett doesn't know what he's doing because he bought more Occidental Petroleum and he's down $2 billion in Oxy, the dude beat the S&P. Last year, you can't do it nobody's done it as consistently as he has. So while the headlines are screaming Warren Buffett loses $2 billion on Occidental Petroleum, that dude's laughing in the bank because he's, again, Berkshire should be in your portfolio. It's a good stock. If you just want something to sit there, I bought at the absolute high. I think I pulled out of that one share that I bought in my Webull account for his birthday. I will be getting back into this. And if you want to know how to trade it, in my mind, I look at the 4-hour algorithm and I say, when does it get me in? Well, it got me in at 453. Now, what are we seeing here on a weekly? You're seeing it right in this area. It's just capitulated all the way since August. It hasn't done anything. What has it done the few times that it's done this over the time? It's popped out. So maybe this is just something where it's looking to pop out again. The MACD is resetting. The RSI is at 51. Now, again, the 4-hour, if you just pull this back, it hasn't done anything since August. Look at it. August, it was back here, and it was in an upward trend, and it hit. You got a nice little double top there. I mean, if we just do a little line right here from this high at 484, look, you got a double top. It's going to break through again. It will break through again. It will absolutely break through again. So Berkshire, don't forget it. Just don't forget it. The S&P delivers first back-to-back annual gains of more than 20% since 1998. I was a wee 28-year-old lad. Yes, I have Irish in me, so I can portray the leprechaun. But remember, here's the thing. The third year is going to be tough, and it usually is. Trump has already made some waves about tariffs, and we don't know what's going to happen. Trump is great for traders. The volatility is super high. In his first time, if you don't remember his first term, go and check out the daily of the S&P during 2017, 2020, before COVID. There were big moves based on tweets. I would expect that to happen again. So here's my warning. If you're the person who checks your portfolio and worries about it from day to day, and you're not the person to take the opportunity to buy the dip, just get yourself into ETFs. Because the reality is you will absolutely have huge dips during this year. There will be certain points in time where he's threatening nuclear war, where he's threatening a dictator, where he's telling somebody that, hey, I promise you that we're going to do this, and you're going to see the ups and downs. I personally think we will wind up the year higher than we start. And I personally think that there are risks. I mean, think about this risk, okay? It is likely, and it's not like 100%, but it's likely we see some type of pullback this year of 5% or more. It happens, and it's just a nature of the market. And then when we pull back 5%, if it's going to 10%, okay, and inflation is under control, and the job market is perfectly okay, if you don't think that President Trump is going to be threatening Jerome Powell that we have to move and reduce rates, and there's no reason to, and there's going to be tension there, yeah, that's not what markets like. So you're going to see those types of things. So there's legends of the first few days in January, the first 2 weeks in January, and January being a bellwether for the rest of the year. I kind of throw those out. It's kind of like, you know. And if you're one of those people who's just going to worry the entire time because it's up and down, here's 7 investments combined that make a foolproof portfolio: VOO, QQQ, SCHD, VNQ, VXUS, BND, and GLD. And throw in some Bitcoin. Again, this entire thread is filled with people who just suggest, hey, here's the thing. So, you know, again, portfolios, this is a good roundabout portfolio. Is it going to beat VOO? Is it going to be QQQ? Probably not, but it rounds you out. It's you know, I don't like bonds. I don't like gold. I don't like international exposure. I hate real estate. I'm not a big fan of high dividends. So VOO and QQQ are my thing. What's yours? Again, your portfolio is your portfolio. And if you have, you know, if you want to see the top stocks of 2025, Steve Kress is holding just remember, the 2024 was up what? Let's see, 100-something%. Top 2024 stock picks, top 2025 stock picks. Most likely it'll be a winner. 2023, 2024. You know, again, this is the top stocks 73% in 2023. Top stocks in 2024 134%. What's 2025 going to be? So if you want to attend this, it's January 8th from 12 to 3:30 p.m. It's a virtual event. Just sign up, use my link. I'll put it in the newsletter. Okay. This is interesting. OGs will remember LNG. This is Cheniere Energy. This is a liquid natural gas supplier that basically, they have ports in Louisiana. I think they were expanding to Texas the last time I looked. I don't know the details of this one, but it's a good company if natural gas is your thing. Because what do they do? And this happened in 2021 and I believe 2022 and maybe 2023. What we were watching this one for when I was doing the podcast on this was they were taking cheap natural gas energy here in the US and they were selling it in Europe. And it was it was a super simple strategy. They were taking it here and you know, $7 per therm or something like that. And they're selling it for something like $50 and $60 per therm in Europe. Europe has an energy problem. What do? They import freaking Russian energy into Germany through pipelines. Guess who's funding the war in Ukraine? It's Europe. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. What's Trump going to do? He's going to tell them you have to buy U.S. energy. Where are they going to buy U.S. energy from? It's going to be liquid natural gas, where they put it onto a boat and they ship it over to Europe. And so this was one that provided a great, great pop. And here's a short summary, and check out my YouTube video on this, Moments from Patient Investor. 17 years worth of contracts based on fixed fee of 2.5. Okay, lifting margin, 7.5% free cash flow. This might be a very, very good investment. I'm not in it. Full disclosure, I'm in MPLX. That's my personal one. But LNG, it popped up. I saw it. I think it's interesting. Is it something I'm going to go at? No, doesn't fit my profile. You know what fits my profile? Google. Just announced Gemini's AI agents. Just FYI, they've been out there. But I use Google Gemini almost on a daily basis. Do I love it? No. Does it provide me some answers that are just suspect? Absolutely. But this is one I use. I use ChatGPT, I use Copilot, and I use Perplexity. And Claude every now and then I use. But you start using AI in the new year, it's just a good tool to have. We talk about toolkits. You know, again, I'm going to talk this weekend about how you can get set up for 2025 success. AI better be in your strategy. It better be in your workflow. So Google's just killing it. And if you look at the Google stock, I mean, do I think that Google stock is going to go to 250? I don't know. That 190, I mean, it doesn't seem to hold. It doesn't. But do I, you know, if we pull this back to the last time this hit around the 190 and you look at the volume profile, where do you see? You don't see a shit ton of people buying up here. The next one down is 183. So do I think you could buy? Look at that green trend line. I mean, you look at that green trend line, that comes from a weekly. We could easily pull back to that volume profile of 182. If you do, I'd say you start buying. Now, you may want to just use the 4-hour algorithm. It makes you 77%. Buying and holding makes you 119%. This is one of the top 5 stocks in my own personal portfolio. It's an interesting one. Now, Microsoft, Salesforce, Oracle among Evercore's top software stocks. The only one that there's two. Salesforce I own. Oracle I don't own, but I'd like to own it. But both probably should be in the core portfolio. Honest to God, I think both of them will be winners. Microsoft, it is one of my top 3 investments. It probably needs to come down. I'm not a huge believer in Microsoft. I'm a bigger believer in some of the other ones like Salesforce and Oracle. I think they have more room to grow. But if you look at Microsoft on Wall Street believes it's a $508 target. $508. That's a 20% upside. And when you look at it, as it's been capitulating right here, Wall Street hasn't come back and said, you know what, we don't believe in it. And there are 55 freaking analysts that cover this. So I think it's a good one. I think it's interesting. Now, what that article actually promoted, which I wanted to point out, which is in my notes right down here. In addition to the aforementioned trio, the analysis says Snowflake is their favorite growth idea. That's interesting to me because I brought this up before. Snowflake was in the core portfolio. I pulled it out and I replaced it in October of 2023 with Palantir. And Palantir has greatly outperformed. What do I think of Snowflake? Well, we go back here to 2021 and you can clearly see this channel that has formed. Okay, the top is 195. The bottom is 124. At that 150 price, if you believe that this is the top growth stock in 2025, then I would be buying here. As it breaks out here, in my mind, I think you trim when you get to 200. This one didn't get to 200, but I trimmed at 180 something. I trimmed, and I'm going to add more. It is not a very large position. This is a trading position in a retirement account. So it's very, very small. But that's one that's interesting. Now, Goldman Sachs came out with their top 2 picks for the year. One's Uber. Uber's in the core portfolio. Okay, it's got a hold rating in the quant. It's an interesting one. It's ranked 3 out of 7. It is not. It has been given up. The 52-week range is between $54 and $87. What does Wall Street think of Uber? Well, when we go and look at Wall Street, oh, it's still messing up. There we go. Wall Street says that their price target, it's just a little slow. And I think it's because of the pop-ups. Yeah. By the way, Seeking Alpha did get back to me on this. So the Wall Street price target is $89. That's a 49% upside. And while this stock is traded down, they haven't flinched. What? How many analysts? 54. Hasn't flinched. I think it's a good one. If we go and look at the chart and we say, okay, well, it's in the core portfolio. Should I trade it on the 4-hour algorithm? Well, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 85% over 24 months. You only win 30% of the time, but your average win is 16%. So you do make money. Down here, I've identified this as support. I don't particularly like where it's trading right now. Am I waiting for it? Yeah. Am I going to add more to it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in this one. I just don't think that there's a winner take all with the ride sharing stuff. And I think Uber just has too much of a lead. And I believe in Dara. Now, what else do they think? The Goldman Sachs also thinks that NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line, is a top stock. Well, what does Wall Street say? $30. It's trading at 25. That's an 18% upside. On top of that, the quant says it's a strong buy. And the valuation's not out of control. The growth is pretty good, but their profitability, momentum, and revisions are great. And it's a strong buy. How long has this one been a strong buy? Oh, let's just refresh a little bit. This one has been a strong buy ever since it traded. We're going to go down here. This one entered strong buy at 1975. You're at 25.73. So again, does the quant work? Well, let's take a look at one stock that was left for dead. Peloton. Who's got a freaking Peloton? Who's paying the $50 a month subscription for Peloton? They went back to the gyms. But I will point out to you that when this one was a strong buy at $4.90, and it just went to a buy, and then it was a strong buy at $4.68. Remember, this is a quant system. So it's just when it got strong buy, and maybe you wanted to wait 3 or 4 days while it was on the $5.48. And then it was a hold. It wasn't a sell. It was a hold. Okay. And it was based on the valuation. The valuation is stretched. Where's it trading today? $8.70. That's a huge. If we go over here and we look at last year, we look at Peloton over just 1 year. Oh, I got to refresh it again. They did identify, by the way, Seeking Alpha is saying that it's not their fault. It is Apple's fault. So it is. But look at the 3-month performance. Peloton's up 85%. 6 month, they're up 157%. 9 months, they're up 103%. So does the quant work? I believe it does. And if you want the quant, you go over to Linktree down below. Okay. The second one is premium and alpha picks. If you want just premium, which is the quant, you get $30 off and you get a free 7-day trial. Start your year off, get the free 7-day trial for if you just want it. If you want Alpha Picks, what is Alpha Picks? Alpha Picks is a portfolio of names that the quant team at Seeking Alpha handpick. You get a new one on the 1st. We're going to get one today. You get a new one on the 15th, and they tell you when to sell. There was just a sell last week on one. It's a managed portfolio. And you might say, why do I want that? Well, because most of these names, I don't even pick. I wouldn't have picked the majority of these names. I went 8 months hand picking. Okay, this is the one that they picked. Okay, I'm going to invest in it. This is the one that they picked. Sprouts Farmers Market is my famous one that I said they picked it. And I said, there's no way. I shop at Sprouts Farmers Market. I want to invest in it. Boom. It's up like 200% or so. It went crazy right after they picked it. The portfolio is up 164%. During the same time period, the S&P is up 57%. So it triples the S&P, and you get a $50 off coupon when you sign up. You can sign up for them individually with the 3rd and the 4th link right there, or you can sign up with the bundle. The bundle saves you $159. In the perfect world, okay, the perfect Gary toolkit is Trendspider right here and the bundle. That's it. And so I wanted to point out Peloton to you because this was one of the winners of 2024 that nobody ever would have thought would be a winner. But it was a huge, huge gamble. And another huge gamble, SMCI. Okay, is this one, we talked about this when this one got pulled out of the core portfolio. The reason it got pulled out of the core portfolio is because no auditor can confirm that there isn't financial behavior. There could be crimes in this. They could be misstating their revenues. They could be misstating all of their costs just to boost up their margins. That's a real possibility because Ernst & Young said, hey, we don't want to, audit this one. We're not going to put our stamp of approval. There's some shady shit going. And then the company comes back and says, you know what? We had an independent counsel research this, and there's not. Well, guess who the independent counsel is? One of their board members, and it's just one. It's not a council. It's one person. And they're on the board. Do they have an incentive to kind of say that nothing's going on? Yeah, they have a new auditor. It's BMO, I think it's somebody. But this could be one of the plays for the year. If they come out and they start building margins, and this article points it out well. It's an if. It's an if. Now, if you want to bet on something, let's go meme stock. Let's go balls deep on meme stocks. Unity Software is up 9%. Okay, the symbol is just U. Okay, this is a shit show of a stock. When you look at a long-term chart of this one, it is really, really bad. We're going to refresh our stuff. We're going to go back to the 4-hour algorithm in here. Trendspider. Is something wrong with my my internet? I don't even know. Okay, I hit stop recording because something's going on. I kind of think it's my network at this point. Okay, we're going to start recording again. So when you look at a weekly of Unity, we just had the 200 show up and it's trading well below that. But there's no way I want to invest in this one. But again, it's up 9%. Why is it up 9%? Because Roaring Kitty tweeted about it. I mean, does it make sense to invest in this one? Well, let's take a look at Unity Software you can read this one. There's a lot of stuff going on with Unity. 1 year, you're down 36%. The quant says it's a hold. We can go and look at the quant history of this one. Has it been a strong buy? Not recently. It just got out of the sell rating at 1594 and it was a hold. Where are you trading now? 24. Was that enough to get you up? Well, when we look at the factors, you can look at this virtual analyst report. And this is one of the game changers that Seeking Alpha has brought to their premium service. These things are fantastic. Say you know nothing about Unity Software, okay? You can get a complete analyst report right here. And it's not like it's 70 pages long. It's not like you have to be an expert to do this. You can do all of this research on your own. And when you look at the quant system, it's the valuation and growth. The company faces significant growth challenges with an EPS growth of minus 11% compared to the sector of 8%. Additionally, revenue growth of minus 3% also trails the sector's 5% gain, highlighting declining growth dynamics. That's it. And the momentum sucks. The valuation, it appears stretched, and EV to sales of 5.22 compared to the sector median of 3.38, indicating a more expensive stock. However, the price to book ratio of 2.72 is cheaper than the sector of 4.22, suggesting some value. So these are great, great insights. And again, this is updated nightly for you from Trendspider for all the stocks that the quant covers. So Unity Software might be one of those that, hey, it comes around. Now, crypto link stocks pop as 2025 kicks off. If you're not buying IBIT or MicroStrategy, MicroStrategy is just a great play in the 4-hour algorithm, and I don't buy it outside of the 4-hour algorithm. Even though we're up 2% right now, you were trading well, but shit, you were up at 3. I mean, if we just do the after hours on this one and we do a 5-minute chart this morning, look, you popped up there to 305. You're trading at 296 right now. You're seeing some weakness in the market as the market opens up. As the market opens up, people started selling. So we can run this one. Let's see where QQQ is, because we're at 938 right now. QQQ is actually down. Remember, we were up 1%. I don't know what happened in the market, but something happened. Definitely took us down. So is it a buying opportunity? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I just think that, that there are opportunities. Uber's up 2.5%. So, and crypto link stuff, crypto link stocks were higher in pre-market trade on Thursday as traders hope for 2025. Bitcoin breached 100,000. You can read all about it. But there are two stocks that I particularly trade with in relation to Bitcoin. It's MicroStrategy, which I think is a levered ETF on Bitcoin. And if you even want to go, balls deep on your first stroke, MSTX, it's double MicroStrategy. Okay, it's double MicroStrategy. You got a nice gap here, up to 54. You're trading at 37. In my mind, you fill that gap at some point. You fill that gap at some point. He's just buying Bitcoin. But a buy and hold strategy for Bitcoin is just IBIT. Just buy IBIT. And I'm waiting for the 4-hour algorithm to tell me to buy IBIT. IBIT is up 3% in the pre-market. Okay? You have the MACD well below the oscillator. You have the RSI at 49. Yes, it's still a little bit stretched on the weekly. Still a little bit, but we don't even, this is so new, we don't even have a 200 day on IBIT. On weekly, you've got a gap here between 43 and 46. If your time frame is 5 to 10 years, you don't even care about that. If it pulls back, you just buy more. But on the 4-hour in IBIT, the algorithm over 11 months, because it's only been out 11 months, 53%. Buying and holding makes you 90%, 10 positions. It's a 50-50. It's a coin flip. You win some, you lose some. It's exactly what it is. Comparing it to MicroStrategy in the 4-hour algorithm, MicroStrategy's been around a lot longer. So over 24 months, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 2,113%. Okay, 22 positions, once per month. You win 45% of the time. If you bought and held MicroStrategy, you're only up 1,713%. I feel bad for you because you're poor. You're poor. But again, figure that one out. Now, some of the ones that had cross-ups on the 4-hour algorithm, SPG, Simon Property Group, 172. This one has pulled back from 182. I like this one. You know, we can go over here and we can look at SPG. In fact, no, I don't want to do that because this particular one, we're going to look at, let me just open up a new Seeking Alpha so that I can look at seekingalpha.com. I'm going to look at this one, SPG, because I brought it up. But that's a little chart I'm going to look at too. SPG, it's a hold in the quant, but its valuation is B. The only thing is the revisions. The revisions from Wall Street analysts, they don't like it over the last 90 days. Let's take a look. And it's doing it again. And again, it's the pop-up. It's the pop-up. Two up on the earnings per share. 3 up, but 1 down. I don't know how that gets a D plus rating, but it's a D plus. You know, the growth isn't great. The growth is out there. But if you just pull up the virtual analyst report, I wish this thing. Oh, they don't have a virtual analyst report, which is weird. They usually have one for stocks that they cover, but I'll write to them and ask them why. But Simon Property Group is one. One that I wanted to bring up that does have a cross up here is RSP, and that's the one where I'm going to look at the chart. RSP is an equal weighted ETF for the S&P 500. So, when you buy VOO, when you buy SPY, you're buying a market cap weighted index. So Apple. The number one market cap is Apple. It's like $4 trillion. It's approaching $4 trillion. When you buy those ETFs, you're buying more Apple than anything else. An equal weighted ETF buys an equal amount of all 500 companies. So say it has 500 shares of the S&P. It's going to buy one of Apple, one of Microsoft, one of NVIDIA, and then one of whatever is the 500th name on the S&P 500 from market cap. It's going to buy one share. So RSP is a way to say, if this one starts to go up and starts to outperform, you can see how this one just tanked in the month of December. And why did it tank? Because the Mag 7 outperformed. And that's what it was. The Mag 7 outperformed in December. This one tanked. Now, if you believe that the 493 stocks are going to outperform the Mag 7 and you're in one of those camps, I don't believe that. This is your ETF. And it's super, super low. The MACD down this low. I mean, look at the last time the MACD was down here. You were trading at 161. It popped all the way up to 167 before it pulled back a little bit. But again, if you believe in this one, we can look at this over the last 5 years. And this was what I was looking at. RSP has underperformed Apple. RSP has underperformed VOO. You go back to 3 years. And RSP has underperformed Apple and VOO. You go back to 1 year, and VOO and Apple are outperforming again. You go year to date, but it's just today. That's the problem with year to date. You go 6 months, and Apple and RSP and VOO are outperformed. Well, RSP actually outperforms over 6 months. VOO. You go back 1 month, and again, RSP is actually losing money. VOO is losing money, but Apple is gaining. So it's the Mag 7 that's really driving that. So if you have any questions, again, Linktree. Remember, see the Trendspider, its sale is going on. You got another 15 hours to do it. I would sign up for today. Start your year off right. This is the best tool out there. The second best tool and third best tool is Premium and Alpha Picks. You can buy them separately, or you can buy them as a bundle and save enough money. But those are the tools that I use. If you have any questions, hit me up. I will talk to you tomorrow. See you. Bye. What happened in the market? I want to look at QQQ. And I want to look at 5 minute. Did some type of news come out? We're going to look at, nope. 5 minute. Something happened. That's 8:45. We must have gotten some type of news that brought that down. Let me see. Oh, Tesla fell short of Q4 and full driving deliveries for full year deliveries. That's what probably brought the market down. So let me check my my portfolio. Let's see. My Fidelity portfolio, which is my large account, is down 0.84%. Wow. Apple's got to be down. Let's see. The Mag 7 probably. Yep. Apple's down 2%. Wow. Apple's down 2%. Boy, don't I look like a effing genius selling at 257. I was worried there for a little bit, but I look like an effing genius. I probably should have sold more, but then you get to 20% taxes. Yeah, let me hold on. Yeah. Should have sold out in my retirement accounts, to be honest with you. That probably would have been a smarter idea. I could have done that. But again, getting back in is the problem. But look at Apple. I mean, this is if you've never watched charts, this is exactly why you watch charts, because look at the runs that you have. This run from April, from 169 up to 235 in April. This was the Apple Intelligence run. That was Apple Intelligence. And so this was when Apple said, yeah, we're going to get into AI. And it just kept running and running and running. But it's clear. Look at that. You go from 236 down to 216. Let me see. What's 236 minus 216? What, 20? Ugh, come on. What's 236 minus 216? That's 20, I think. Yeah. So it's about almost a 10% move. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost at 260. What's 15 divided by 260? Yeah. So we're about 5-6% down. I mean, expect it to go down 10% and then start buying. I mean, you know, the weekly on Apple, if you look at the weekly on Apple, you'd never buy. You'd never buy. But I mean, that just needs some look at this one. I mean, this was 2023 where it went from 190, almost 200 down to 160. You might have that in this name. I mean, it might come back down to the 50-day at 210. Start buying. I mean, that's just start buying. So, yeah, MPC. Oh, what did I just hit? Oh, okay. Marathon Petroleum is just energy. I mean, don't expect this one. I mean, it's you could have said that it popped up here to 161 from 160 to 150 to 161. It's long term. It's broken that kind of volume right there. So, I mean, it depends on. I'm going to take this out. Remove this horizontal line. It depends on your outlook on energy. But if I just move this to where's my volume area? There we go. We're going to move it back to the last time it dipped. Kind of like this. You're in a volume territory. If you get, I mean, below 139, the problem is, look, there is no volume between 114 and 141. And 114 is right about the 200 day. So from a chart standpoint, I would say you're buying into a falling knife that could be nice for a pop. And then your fundamentals shouldn't matter. I mean, your fundamentals absolutely should not matter. In that case, if you're trading it on a chart, your fundamentals don't matter. And from a quant standpoint, it's a hold. The valuation is a bit stretched. Come on. I don't know if this is my network, and I can't undo the network. Let me see which network I'm on. No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be this network. There we go. It hasn't been a buy for a very long time. Last buy was this time last year for one day. I mean, it was in January of last year. So it was trading at 146. I mean, this was where it was a buy last year at this price, and the valuation was fine. The valuation since has been just decimated, with growth being almost nothing. So, Jacob, I'm not putting money into MPC, but I wish you luck. I hope you make a ton of money in this one. I really do. From a technical standpoint, the fundamentals should not matter whatsoever. You have strength on that 9 day. The 9 days crossing the 21. The 50 is still negative, and the 200 is negative. For me, this would cause me to take profits pretty effing quick. But you know, this isn't one that I would get into to trade anyway. That one right there with that volume profile would scare the hell out of me. I mean, the MACD's low enough. Why did I... hold on. Expand. Why did I not hide the RSI here? Okay, what happened to my charts? Why is the RSI gone? RSI is there. Okay, RSI is there, but when I go to, there we go. Now it's back. Yeah, that's the way to do it. How do you structure your overall portfolio? I'm new to both Seeking Alpha and Trendspider. I'm thinking of taking a portfolio of the top 20 quant scores. So Warwick, my portfolio, I'm a large cap tech investor. I mean, just full disclosure, I'm a large cap tech investor. So my portfolio remains XLK. I mean, if you just look at the top holdings of XLK, it's Microsoft, it's Nvidia. My number one holding is Apple. It's about probably 40 to 50% of my portfolio because I consider that my savings account. Would I point anybody else towards that? No. Depends on your risk portfolio. Seeking Alpha, I use as ideas to gain some of the small caps that I'm not fully aware of, like PSIX, KINS. These are very, very small caps. So be completely careful, in my mind, about small caps. Large cap tech, for me, is kind of my go-to. But small cap is where you can make a lot of money sometimes. I mean, PSIX, we've been watching this one since 20 or 12, somewhere in that neighborhood. 1 year it's up 1,531%. I mean, you can't argue. But, you know, it's only got a market cap of 684 million. So, how do I structure my overall portfolio? That's a personal thing. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't say, hey, you should do this, you should do that. My portfolio is large cap tech. And I've got about 20 names. I wouldn't go above 20. That includes ETFs. That includes VOO. That includes QQQ. That includes XLK. That includes XLY. Is I can manage about 20. And outside of 20, I just get overwhelmed. And so if you've got a job, I don't have a job either. So I don't work. So structuring the portfolio, what I would do is probably set it up where you do different portfolios in Seeking Alpha right here. Set up a small cap, set up a mid cap, set up a large cap. You can do it by quant rating, top quant. You know, you can do it by market cap. You know, you can go over. You can do it by gainers. I mean, you know, top gainers that you want to invest in. But I mean, Steve Kress, who's the quant master of Seeking Alpha, you take a look at his screen. That dude probably has about 400 freaking portfolios set up, and he tracks a lot of them. So use the portfolios. Don't think that you just have to have one portfolio. I have a few here. This was top quant stocks. From a while ago, I think. Oh, and I hate this. I hate when this happens. This is when I get frustrated. Yeah, and they say it's Safari. They say it's Apple's fault. It isn't Apple's fault. And I don't know if it's because Trendspider's having some problems too. I can't blame it all on them. Thoughts on SOFI? I like SOFI. And I've said to the people on the podcast, SoFi is just one of those that when it was at $8, I mean, you can see the lines that I've drawn in this one where support and resistance, it blew right through. I mean, you can see where it was trading between 10 and 11. And I said, if it holds this one, I think we take off. Well, it's at 14 now. I think 11 is probably where it may come back to. You still have a slight gap here at 12. At 13 where it hasn't covered it. Now, when you look at a weekly on this one, those Bollinger Bands are just way too wide open. We're going to remove all this text. They're just way too wide open. The MACD looks like it's curling down. The RSI is at 75. 66. It's coming off of 75. So I think it needs some time to pull back. We finally have a 200-day, which is at $9, and that 50-day is moving up on a golden cross. So from a technical standpoint, it looks good long term, but could it come back down to 12? Absolutely. Could it come back to 10? I mean, just look at the range that it traded in right there, and your Bollinger Bands need to come in a little bit. So for me, if I were trading SoFi, I'd be a little bit concerned. If I'm actually investing in SoFi, I'd be even more concerned. When you look at Wall Street, Oh, come on. Come on. And we're going to get a pop-up probably. Oh, there we go. Wall Street says it's an $11 stock, 21% downside. So, I mean, if you're trading it, you know, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 157%. And let's see, does the 4-hour algorithm, you know, if you get it, you can trade it, certainly trade it. It has you out. I mean, it had you out on Friday. So it saved you from 1594 down to 4. It saved you for what, 5%? MACD is super low, but it has you out. You know, you're just getting over the 70. If you traded the 4-hour algorithm, you got in here on October 4th, and you enjoyed a nice 77% rally in SOFI. So the 157%, if you buy and held SOFI over the past 24 months, you're up 253%. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. For me, that's risky. And I'd rather have something from a technical standpoint that wins, it gets you an average win of 19%, including one that just got you out with a 77%. Did I expect that 77% run? Hell no. But, you know, here around the election time, when it went from 13 all the way up to 16, yeah, that's pretty clear because Trump is very, you know, financial regulations just going to get wiped out. So what do I think is Square? I am at a Square. I got out of Square. I want to say around 90. I got kind of sick of it. This is a nice 32% rally right here. What do I think of it? I mean, that weekly looks like it needs to come back. So it's starting to. I just, you know, from a standpoint of, am I putting my money into this one? I think there's better places, but to buy in the quant, you know, that Wall Street thinks it's a buy. Wall Street's average price target. Come on, pull up here. This definitely is my network because it might be the network block. It's 11% upside. So what do I think of it in 2025? I don't use Cash App. I mean, I like Venmo, which is PayPal, or Zelle, which is just owned by the banks. So I don't necessarily use it. So, but that's my thing, Emmer. You know, from a technical standpoint, it is what it is. I mean, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 17% versus buy and holding makes you 45%. I wound up buying way back in 2020, somewhere in this neighborhood, and I wound up selling for about the same price. So I just didn't make money on it. I mean, that's my thoughts on it. And Warwick, I hope I answered your question. The problem I have with a structuring an overall portfolio is a portfolio is just super, super personal. Financial analysts will tell me, and they continue to, my guy Stewart of Fidelity continues to tell, you got to sell some of your Apple. Well, no, I don't. You know, and the guidance is not you have to do it. The guidance is, hey, we suggest that you do this. They suggest bonds to me. I hate bonds. I'm not buying freaking bonds. Why do I want to own bonds? And again, that might bite me in the ass at some point in time. But I've succeeded to the point where, you know, I think I'm doing well. Have I optimized my stock portfolio? Nope. I mean, I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. Let's highlight this. Boom. We're going to colorize it a little bit. Boom. I thought today's podcast was pretty good. I'm going to go over here. We'll cut that out. Then we're going to colorize this one. We're going to go over there. Edit, paste adjustments all. There we go. And then I've got to just edit this together.
refresh. Just you. Okay, this is a shit show of a stock. Just wait. So when you
Boom, boom. Okay. Now we've got everything in there. And I can put in my green screens. Okay, and export file. Next. 1, 2 pod. There we go. Oof. Let's see. Apple's back up. I mean, it's popping back up. So I think the selling just, oh yeah. God. Oof. What a difference. I mean, geez, what a difference. I went from down quite a bit, almost 1%, to being up. Let's go to QQQ. Yeah, the Qs are back up 1%. That was an amazing, holy crap. Look at that selling pressure as everybody starts to rebalance their portfolio. And then everybody realizes, oh my God, it's a buy the dip time. I mean, that's, let's see, from the bottom here to the top, that's a 1.2% move in 25 minutes. Wow. 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 So Tesla's still down. I think Tesla's a buy the dip, honestly. You look at a 5-minute of this one, and when the numbers came out, I mean, that was what added to the selling pressure. But you look at the 4-hour on this one, and I would still absolutely trade the 4-hour on this. See, it got you out Friday or Tuesday with a 60% gain. Yeah. Okay. I am out of here. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. But I will talk to you tomorrow, maybe, probably. See you guys later. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading